Good morning, everyone. And yes, it is me, David. I know I don't look like my picture. I have had a couple of shaves since then and just need to update my professional picture. But welcome to 2025 and back to season 6 of Propulsion. And very happy to be with you talking about bulletproofing your business. And today's discussion is going to be all about trust and specifically around something called the trust equation. Now, I'm part of a business and operations management network, an international network of business and operations managers. And in our last get together, we were talking about the trust equation, which got me digging deeper into it. Now, the trust equation was developed by David Maister, Charles Green, and Robert Gelfand, and postulated in their book, The Trusted Advisor. So, really, what it does is it looks at a measure of trust, which is your credibility plus your reliability and your intimacy divided by your self-orientation, which gives you what your trustworthiness is. So what are these components and what do they mean? Well, credibility is the perception that you have knowledge, expertise, and competence in a particular area. It's about what you say and how believable you are. For example, having relevant qualifications, experience, and a proven track record can enhance your credibility. The next step in the equation is your reliability. This is about your consistency and your dependability. It means doing what you say you will do and doing it well. Reliability is built over time through repeated actions and demonstrate that you can be counted on. The third one is your intimacy. So this measures the safety or security that others feel in entrusting you with sensitive information. It involves building a close personal relationship and showing empathy and understanding. High intimacy means that people feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and their feelings with you. The bottom of the equation or the denominator is your self-orientation. So this refers to your attention. Are you primarily focused on yourself? Are you focused on your own needs and interests? Or do you have a high self-orientation, or sorry, low self-orientation, which means that you're focused on the interests and needs of others first? Obviously, a high self-orientation reduces the trust factor, and a low self-orientation where you're more focused on other people increases the trust factor. Now, in this, we talk about the trust equation, but what is trust and what is trustworthiness? Well, trust is really a noun or verb. So it's the belief or the confidence that someone has in you. For example, I have trust in my financial planner's advice. Or as a verb, it's to rely or place confidence in someone. So I trust that my financial planner has my interests first. Trustworthy is an adjective which describes someone as deserving of trust. So it's really a great thing for us to strive to be trustworthy as financial planners. So how does financial planning or financial services stack up? And to do this, I looked at the 2024 Edelman Trust Report, which really showed that for the first time in a long time, financial services has moved into the trusted bracket. So as a whole, financial services scored 62 out of 100, which means that it is trusted. Financial advisory as a subset of financial services was unfortunately still in the neutral area, sitting with a score of 53. So how do we take these elements of the trust equation and apply them in financial planning? Well, the first one, let's look at your credibility. So credibility comes from ensuring that you have the necessary skills and knowledge to develop and deliver your services to clients. And it's more than just what is required from your licensing. Yes, we've seen that through the FASE Act and through Fit and Proper. It really has increased the credibility of financial services by putting in minimum standards. But what are you doing to go above those minimum standards? Are you going and getting additional qualifications? Are you going and doing your designations, such as the CFP designation? And are you backing this up with things like client testimonials? Okay. Do you have your online presence where people look for you? And again, this ties into what Razan was talking about. People will look for you, and before they even talk to you, will have Googled you, will have done an online search. So are you using your online tools to build that credibility before people even meet with you? That's going to help you develop trust much quicker. Reliability, like I said, is delivering a consistent client experience. So are you meeting deadlines? Are you following up on your agreements? The promises and expectations that you made to your clients, are you doing that? How do you make sure you remain reliable? And this is where our operations side comes in it, making sure that you've got well-documented processes and a very slick back office to make sure that things don't fall through the crack. You are delivering exactly what you say to your clients. A well thought out communication plan will also give clients sense of your reliability, that you are not just there to sell a product and move on, as the perception quite often is about financial planners. Intimacy is a bit more difficult to define and look at, but really, what does your personal connection look like with every client? Have you got a process where you're gathering the minimum amount of quantitative data just about their money? Or are you really diving in and understanding their dreams, their aspirations, their goals, and making sure that you're giving them a guided approach using empathy to deliver a co-created plan that they feel part of? Or are you just going and trying to push through and get as much sales as possible? So active listening skills, being able to provide feedback to clients using something that we call a kind truth. So not lying to them, but telling them the truth. These are skills that every financial planner needs to develop. And lastly, self-orientation. Probably one of the biggest buzzwords we see in our industry and profession at the moment is we put our clients first. And this started way before TCF even started. The question is it just a buzzword, or is it something that you, through your actions, through your business, through your process, are actually developing on? So it's easy to say we put clients first and then go and do something which is counter to your client's interests. So not only saying it, but do you have an advice philosophy? Are your processes there to ensure that you're putting your clients first? Is it something you don't just say, but something you do? And lastly, for your BRI fact, while it might still be quite an unfounded perception that finding a trustworthy financial planner is a unicorn, because we know that's not true, and there are many trustworthy financial planners out there. Did you know that there is a country in this world that has its national animal as a unicorn? And yes, that's Scotland. So if you are looking for unicorns, maybe you can still find one in Scotland, because since the 12th century, they have kept that as their national animal. And thank you. Back to you in the studio, Francois.